I know that there's many people out there dealing with this very problem. Water losses are very tricky, and in order to get properly compensated for a water loss, you have to have a public adjuster that understands the water loss. At Clear Loss Consultants, we all come from a construction background. We've all done insurance repair work, we've built things, and our understanding of water goes far beyond what any adjuster could ever possibly understand in their 40-hour class. The trick with water damage is not always obvious. It's not so much like a fire where you have something that's burnt. It burnt to the ground and you go, oh, that's burnt. Water damage a lot of times is hidden. So here's a case where the homeowner did exactly the right thing. She had a water leak, she had a pipe break, froze like many of you have experienced. The water line froze, the water went everywhere. She hired a mitigation company. They came out and they dried the home. When the adjuster gets involved, the adjuster says, well, hey, the home's dry, there's no damage. I, of course, will call the adjuster, email the adjuster, however they like to be contacted. And I said, listen, the home may be dry, but there's plenty of damage. And the adjuster says to me, take some photos of the damage and send them to me. And I had to explain to this adjuster, because apparently it was her first day, there is damage that sometimes you cannot photograph. For example, in the photo that you see here, you can see a bathroom, you can see the linoleum floor. That's a sheet good for those of you that are in adjuster world and don't know what a linoleum is. The subfloor underneath of that linoleum is damaged. You can step on it and you're likely to step through the floor. It's compromised. It's either an OSB product or a particle wood product. They're not intended to get wet, and when they do get wet, they don't hold up well. You can step on the floor and you can feel the damage, you can feel the compromise in the floor, but yet the adjuster tells me she wants a picture of it. I can't take a picture of that. I said, now, if you agree to pay for that linoleum, I will tear up that linoleum and I will show you the damage underneath. No, we can't do that. You can't have it both ways. Remember, the adjuster owes you a thorough and complete investigation of your loss. They have to look at everything by law, by the policy. They have to look at everything. Don't ever let them shortchange you on your inspection. If they don't know what they're talking about, it's okay to tell them, hey, I realize you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe we can get someone out here who does. So in this case, I never got ugly with the adjuster, but I made it very clear to her that if she did not come out and re-inspect, we would move to the next step without them. Whenever you take a claim to appraisal, most of the policies in Texas, when you read the appraisal language, the appraisal says that if you are not satisfied with the value that they placed on the damage, you may send them a written demand for appraisal. Notice I did not say a written request. You're not requesting, it's a demand. That's what the policy says. You send a demand letter. In this case, where I have an adjuster who says, well, I can't see the damage and you can't send me a photo of it, so it doesn't exist. That's fine. We'll move on to appraisal. Oh, sir. No, we'll be out there. We'll have some people out there. Great. They had their people come out and you'll never guess, they found damage. Shocking. When it comes to a water loss, you have to have somebody on your side that understands water, how it acts, what it does, and the damage that it causes. I can't tell you how many times I have gone to a claim where there was a water loss. The greatest mitigation company in the world was sent out by the insurance company. They mitigated, and yet I still come out and I still find damage. You know why I find damage? A, I know what I'm looking for. B, I carry the proper equipment to check for moisture. I carry the best moisture meter made. You know why I do that? Because I care about what I do, and when I tell you it's dry, I want every confidence to tell you that it's dry. And when I tell you it's wet, I have the science to back it up. We have our moisture meter, we can check it. We have an infrared camera. Now, am I a mitigation expert? I absolutely am not. What I do, and the adjusters that work for me, we have them carry moisture meters, we have them carry infrared cameras so that they can get an indication that we need to get the expert out there. If one of my adjusters looks over your home and they can't find anything on the infrared camera, the moisture meter reads absolutely nothing, we're not going to bother with the extra trouble and hassle of bringing a mitigation company out. If it's dry, it's dry. However, when we hold up the infrared camera and we're getting those dark purple images hidden under the cabinets, hidden behind the dresser, hidden behind materials that the mitigator should have removed but he didn't remove, or he or she did not remove. When we're putting the moisture meter down, like I said, it is the finest moisture meter made, and it's registering moisture, we know that the mitigator did not do a complete and thorough job. And yes, we will bring in experts. We will bring in people who have credibility in that field, and they'll identify exactly where that moisture is. Because the last thing you want to rebuild your home after a loss, and then 6 months later, all the walls start turning dark and that mold that everybody said wasn't there begins to grow through your paint. Or you develop this smell in your house and you can't get rid of it, you can't find it. You'll never find it because it's buried underneath all that reconstruction that you did because nobody made sure it was dry before they put it back together.